All right, so this is the documentary for Transfusion Hype Dance Company's Bharat shoot. This song came about a year ago. I was introduced to this song, and I have very few songs that really just hit me. And when I heard this song, I can honestly say I was absolutely unconditionally smitten. And just the words and the way that he speaks and what he talks about, and I really felt like he was singing about me. And then I realized he's singing about Mother Earth, and I was at the time going through a really hard transition, and it was empowering. I heard the song and I was like, oh my gosh, this is me, and this is all women, and we're so beautiful yet we're so powerful. And I really wanted to embrace that in this shoot. I actually, at first, I only casted girls because I was very adamant about being a piece about strong women. When I first heard this song, I was smitten, and at the time I was about to audition for Cirque du Soleil, and it was my first audition back into the dance world since just a lot of life had happened. And it was very ceremonial. I went out to Vegas and danced it. I started creating this piece, and it just came organically, and I feel like it's my style that I've always wanted to put out there, but it just never came together. And during that audition, I was faced with a lot of, like, I ended up auditioning down the street where I used to live in Vegas, and all these little parts and traumatic experiences in my life came up during this whole experience of creating this song and putting myself back out there and being brave and accepting me for me. So that's why I chose this song, because it was so empowering. And the first day I taught it to the girls, it was just like amazing. Like, everyone loved it and they were all smitten with it. So I knew this was the next video that we got to make with my girls. So yeah, that's how the Bharat song came about. And I just love how he talks about, in the words he says, "Out of her I came to play upon her stage, just another child that should never run away. Mama, fill me up with the nectar of devotion. Let me dive deep into the depths of your ocean. In she came with the force of a lion. Oh, Narayani, won't you take me home to Zion? The waves go up and the waves go down, but my heart stands still in your bliss all around. This is love, the love of the highest, love of the finest, love of the kindest. All of you demons hiding, you are no match for her shining sword. Beautifully dancing on her lord. Never before have you ever seen a queen like this before. All you children come out and scream for more, 'cause I say glory to the queen, we've reached the other shore." And to me, that part of the music is like just about the journey. And I wanted to take my dancers on a journey as well. I noticed that in the song he says, "Oh, Narayani, won't you take me home to Zion?" And I looked up Narayani, and it's a river in India, and there's actually a trifecta of rivers that come together, and where they meet is what they call the City of God, and it's Allahabad, India. And there, in Allahabad, there's an ashram that Trevor Hall does a lot of work at, and he donates a lot of his money from shows and everything to the orphanage there to build higher walls and to make it safe for the orphans and everything. And I was really inspired when I figured this out, and I was just kind of researching everything online. I was really inspired by the fact that he even does that. And so that's kind of what made me think we need to go to Zion. So, and I think, you know, and I don't know what Trevor Hall means in the song by it, but it, you know, to me it sounds like that's his sacred space, you know, take me home to Zion. That's where he goes and does sacred work. And so I thought it would be great. We live in Utah and we have Zion's National Park. Why not? So I feel like with this crew, every single person played a perfect role in what they ended up doing. I mean, I had the luxury of having Fallon around to calm me. And, you know, Fallon was actually my saving grace in that second day. We had a moment where she grabbed me. She just said in my ear, she was like, "If there's a shot that we didn't hit, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get it." And she was like, "I don't know if the the jumps turned out okay, but I feel like I would want to do them again. And so when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. And then with Brady coming back at the perfect time was just awesome. And to have that male energy was beautiful. And he's just a beautiful person inside and out. And he loves to dance. He loves to be around everyone. So I'm really lucky to have Brady a part of this project, and we've missed him for sure. And then with Heather, she's just this bright light. She's always ready for whatever, and she's really positive. When I asked her to be a part of it, she was like, she travels a lot, so she was like, well, I'm out of town these days, but I'm on this. If you need me to meet you, I'm down. And she did a lot of the learning from the video even, and just really committed there. It's like a moment of sunshine to have Heather with us. Kendall. Kendall's our Care Bear of the group, but she just has this, just beautiful light about her, and she loves to dance. Like, that's what I love about Kendall, is that you put her anywhere and she'll dance there. Yeah, just love having Kendall be a part of it. She just, I don't know, when I see Kendall, I get happy. I can't handle it. Temiria. Temiria is my gypsy sister / danceaholic / ridiculously honest voice of reason. Temiria plays a beautiful role in this whole thing. She's great at finding the stuff that I miss and going, okay, but you didn't think about this yet, and have you thought about this, and can we put this into motion? So I really love that about Temiria. I love having her be a part of not only just my dance crew, my dance company. She's my co-director, but she's just a beautiful friend and sister, and I love her. So thank you, Temiria. Then we have Messa. Messa is our photographer for this shoot, and we kind of planned that she would do some candid shots. Messa's really brilliant at placing the dancers and directing, and I feel like she sees the way that we should be moving, and she'll say, do that again. And she's just brilliant when she works with people. So it was kind of fun to watch her be behind the scenes, and some of the shots, I haven't even seen all of them yet, but some of the shots that she got, I didn't even know she was shooting. And then there's Nicole. Nicole, who we thought was just going to come out and just be part of the fun, and she was. She's amazing, and just her energy. She kind of just stepped up when the generator kept going out, and she stepped up and started cueing our music. There were so many times that she walked up to me and said, hey, what can I do to help? And I literally didn't even know what to tell her, because I was kind of like, but, and then she would go and find something to do, and she ended up being our music. But so we're so lucky and so happy to have Nicole with us. So I guess the last thing that I would like to say is thank you. Actually, 3 things. Thank you, I love you, and would you like to dance with me? I would like to say thank you to Trevor Hall. Thank you, Trevor Hall, for creating such beautiful music, with such beautiful meaning. I mean, we were so inspired by your music that we took a crew of 13 out into the desert, and we danced and we celebrated and we cried and we laughed and we shifted and we grew, and we were faced with moments that really brought the bravery out of us. And I know it starts with the foundation of your beautiful music. So thank you, Trevor Hall, for constantly inspiring and bringing ideas to light that maybe don't normally get out. So thank you. Without your song and your inspiration and your journey and your perfect path, I would not be creating to your music. So thank you. You're my favorite artist to create to. I really enjoy it. And I want to say thank you to my dancers and my crew. Thank you for stepping into your role with this project. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for supporting my vision. Thank you for journeying out into the desert with me against all odds. We had so many barriers pop up, and we just kept transmuting them. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Thank you for trusting that. I mean, there was a certain point where I really felt that maybe I was on my own, but that was just my own process that I got to go through. I'll quote Carolyn Mace. She says that at the end of, she's a medical intuitive and someone I really look up to, and she says at the end of the day, when she creates something like a book or anything like that, she goes out into the desert to ask, is this something that I want to bring into the world? Is this something that I want to show the world and release? And I don't know if it's a literal thing that she does where she actually goes into the desert, but I was thinking about how lucky am I that in that moment I get to go into the desert and ask myself, is this something that I want to release? And not only do I get the opportunity to do that in such a beautiful space in Utah, in Zion, but I get to have 12 angels right next to me, just like a band of angels ready for anything. If I would have said to them, look, we're going to film in the water, they probably would have cried a little bit in their hearts, but they would have done it. To that, I say thank you. Without each and every one of you, this vision would only just be a beautiful story in my head. Thank you for trusting me with your emotions and gracing me with your talents. And to Abdiel, thank you for being my partner in crime through all of this production and everything that we've gone through to put this into motion. Thank you, Abdiel. Thank you. And to my crew, I love you. Infinite love and gratitude.